A helicopter-based election coverage by Aaj Tak is undoubtedly one of the most ambitious and innovative initiatives by a news channel in India, where managing editor Anjana Om Kashyap is travelling across the country in a chopper, trying to cover as many constituencies as possible in these elections. Anjana, thank you so much for joining us. We want to know from you, what were the big challenges associated with putting up a show of this scale?
So the biggest challenge was to narrow down 100 seats, because if we would have had our way, we would have covered 543. Everywhere you need a landing helipad like this. So in so many places, there weren't helipads that were existing. So we actually made helipads in those schools or colleges where we got permission. And then, you have to get the exact coordinates of those helipads so that the chopper knows where to go. Political temperature is absolutely soaring. And when you're traveling in 45 degrees heat, we knew this chopper doesn't have AC, by the way. So that was another challenge, roaming around in this heat. And when you go up and this window opens and all the heat starts coming in from all sides. But it was so amazing because we got permissions, everything. Our local reporters did a lot of effort. There's a bus traveling with us because we have our PCR in it. Our PCR, which does all the switching. So it's a multi-cam system where you have roughly, I think, 8 cameras. So you need a switching board for that. So our PCR is in this bus. Then we have a container, which is carrying all our equipment. That's the container, which is carrying all our equipment, all these podiums and all these chairs and all these Raj Tilak standees that you see. So 3 vehicles are actually moving together. A container, a bus, and which you see already dressing up for the event, and this chopper. So it has to be all coordinated, and we were doing 3 to 4 to 5 seats in a day and doing shows with audiences. So it's massive planning, massive on-ground planning, but I think only Aaj Tak can do it. The maximum calls I got, people were saying, "Isliye Aaj Tak hai." Because once we think of something, then we have a whole team which and we haven't been home for like a month now. So
it does sound like a logistical nightmare, and kudos to you for pulling this off. But tell me, how different is it when Anjana Om Kashyap is doing these ground reports as opposed to the bureau reporters? What is the distinctive content, addition that this show has brought in for us?
So I guess the biggest, it's not a distinction actually. I mean, I'm just supporting whatever work they are doing, or they're just supporting whatever work I'm doing. We work in synergy. But I think this show gives a bigger platform in the sense that you have so many local people, like you can see people waiting here. They're all very, very interested in raising their questions. So because this turns out to be a show where you have a direct politician and local citizens interaction, that becomes very vital. Like you can have ground reports from bureau reporters who can go and talk to people, or who can do an interview with a leader. But getting them together face to face, that is high voltage. That's high voltage. And every day it's like I keep telling my team कि हमें लगता है हम रोज एक बेटी की शादी करते हैं, एक बेटे की शादी करते हैं, because this starts from scratch, right? Everything is built here. Like yesterday, this Maidan was khali. Tomorrow again, it's going to be khali. But today, it's like buzzing with so much of activity, and it's people versus their politicians.
Right. I remember you started your career with Doordarshan. I think Aankhon Dekhi, you had a role there. And years later, now you're doing Raj Tilak. I want to understand from you, what would you say is the right way of delivering news? They had a very straightforward way of conveying their news. Vis-a-vis what you do is very high voltage. So what do you think is the ideal path for delivering news?
I think the ideal path for delivering news is has just 2 conditions. One is that both sides should be given equal opportunity to represent whatever they want to say. You cannot choose or pick sides and just put forth one point of view. And that is why I love doing this show, because in spite of the fact that you have one part maybe dominating or the other part dominating, but at least both sides come across and they have their spokesperson who can speak. So I think this takes a lot of courage. That is also very vital, delivering news as it is also very, very vital and key to this whole profession. But at the same time, if you don't have the real feel of the pulse or the buzz on the ground, then I think it lacks somewhere. It's just newsroom or studio bubble that you're existing in if you're not going out. Because I have learned so much in these past 30 days from local sensibilities and sensitivities to everything that's on ground. It's absolutely different. It's nothing like if you sit in the bubble of the studio, you will never learn what a man in Barabanki wants to say to his prime minister, or what a lady in Bashirhat, who is Rekha Patra, who is who was the first one to give a written complaint, alleging that Sheikh Shahnawaz was molesting women or capturing land there. You will never understand the buzz or the pulse of the people on ground and how women think about it. So I think it's a great learning experience and totally different, and I think both are worthwhile, but this is like the peak of what you can do as a journalist or as a news person.
But today, do you think content can stand by itself? Is packaging a very, very important part of what goes on news channels? Because I remember even I think there was a budget coverage last year,
yeah,
where you covered budget sitting on, I think, 120 feet above the ground, sitting in an adventure park. There was a very different way of covering budget. But do you think content alone has kind of lost its way and packaging is kind of taken over?
No, I think I wouldn't have done 100 seats if not for this chopper. I would have done at max 30 days or 40 days, 40 seats in a 40-day span. So the idea was to travel to 100 seats. A lot of people were losing their head, mind, and thumping their chest over ab chopper se ja rahe hain. So chopper se jana was just to get into those seats. I would not have been, and it's plain, it's basic logistics. I wouldn't have been able to travel to so many places. Nobody is fond of 4 takeoffs and 4 landings. It's not very easy for your head and for your peace. But the entire idea was, what was keeping us going as a team was the fact that we have to strike a century. So that is very important. So content comes only when you reach the places in India. There are 543 seats, and what are the chances of covering 100 out of that? It wouldn't have been possible without a chopper. So the budget thing was also that we had the choice of doing it again in the studio or a virtual background, or which we've been doing, and that was just a way. We had the same experts and the same politicians who were sitting there. So that was a different way of presenting it. And more than packaging, it was just a different presentation. But this is completely different. This is pure logistics. This is pure being able to reach so many seats. That was our only motive. Otherwise, we could have easily gone, driven to one city and just done one show in a day. But the idea was to reach 100.
So Aaj is definitely trying to reimagine the way key events are covered. So let's try and understand how that's reflecting on the TRPs. So what do the TRPs say for Raj Tilak?
The ratings are coming fine, great, and I think people are loving the show because everybody is hooked about this whole buzz about chopper, and desh mein kya chal raha hai, helicopter chal raha hai. So I think that is one part of it, a lot of buzz on social media. But apart from that, all our local vox pops, our bites where people are talking is getting a lot of traction across platforms. So I think it's reaching people, and that's the biggest joy.
And has Aaj Tak overall managed to secure the #1 position during this specific election period?
So we are always there in the top. I mean, let's just see this very differently in the sense that when elections happen, when any big event happens, no one will believe any other channel apart from Aaj Tak. People may like this or dislike this, but Aaj Tak has always been a brand that people have stuck to in times of big events, which just shows how much they can go for entertainment, or they can go for I don't have a term for it, but it's infotainment or something on other channels. But when it comes to key events like wars, elections, budget, they stick to Aaj Tak, which just shows how as a channel we've built our credibility over the years. People believe us. So if there's a big event आया तो सबके घर में होता है, Aaj Tak लगा के देखो वो क्या बता रहे हैं. So that just kind of is the biggest stamp of our credibility.
But I'd like to delve a little bit about on the TRP part of it. Is today, Aaj Tak, you have a bunch of star anchors, of course. There's Sudhir Chaudhary, there's Gaurav Sawant. But right now, is Raj Tilak the #1, the most popular show of Aaj Tak? Considering the kind of effort that is going into putting it together.
I'm sure the numbers are, because I have not had the time to get into the ratings, because I believe that this is an on-ground show. So I'm just stuck to that, and I would not have too much to share on this.
You know,
Our people in charge at office take care of all that. But this is a show that is actually creating a buzz, and people are coming for. That is the biggest thing. What else do you want? You want people to associate with your brand, your news, and I think it's on the top of all election coverages across all channels.
you know, today is this one time when audience is very quick to put reporters in different camps. You know, it happened, and memes on reporters and journalists has become common, very, very common. So I remember this one meme, I think, where there was a slip of tongue while you were introducing, and then Anjana Om Modi became a meme, and it became so viral. And then I think a few years after that, you also came up with a show. The subject was Modi India ke Papa, something to that effect. I want to understand from you, when people accuse you of being maybe pro-Modi to some extent, how do you really counter that as a journalist, and how does that affect you?
So I think these are a few of the risks that we as TV journalists face. Because the first sentence of the anchor link was Modi, and my name, I started with my name, and the first word on the prompter came, and I read it, and that became like the biggest national issue for people who were baiting for me, you know, against me. So I think they kind of blew it up. But the very fact that when it came to the opposition banning journalists, they had a lot of names on it, but they could not afford to put my name on that list. Speaks volumes about my reach, and how I have always asked balanced questions of all parties, and I have equally grilled all parties. So I think these are things that there's a worldwide phenomenon, especially even in our country, where the media is being targeted, where journalists, where a full agenda is being run against journalists, because discrediting media helps their agenda in whatever way which is beyond me, but they think that it builds their this thing. So you know, even in this trip, if you see, like if I've interviewed Smriti Irani, I've even interviewed Dharmendra Pradhan. If I've interviewed Jyotiraditya Scindia, I have even gone and interviewed Jaywardhan Singh, Digvijay Singh's son. So, you know, we give equal coverage. I mean, we send requests to all of them for interviews. If you can't complain if you're not giving interviews. So come forth, give interviews, talk, put your points forth. And I think this whole agenda to discredit journalists and media is going to one day be sad for them, because their way of maligning you is that if there's a popular sentiment, and if a journalist ever points out the popular sentiment, then they will point fingers at you. So that in a sense becomes like, you know, walking on a sword for journalists who are doing TV, because you will have people who will, when I go on ground, who are telling me 400 par, Modi ji ko 400 par karana hai. So if I am taking that bite, then that popular sentiment is used as a weapon against me. So, but also when people raise mehengai or unemployment, then they will not put forth those bites, because what suits their agenda. So it just proves my point that this whole idea of getting, you know, portraying a negative image for media, they somehow feel that sabne apni social media team bana rakhi hai. So you have a whole team which comes into work, which punches their card, comes into office. What do? So they actually, when I speak to them off record, they tell me that we come to office and then we decide aaj kiske piche padna hai. So these are teams of political parties who openly tell me कि when we come to work, this is our agenda. आज किसके पीछे पड़ना है. तो किसी का कुछ खोजो, अगर एक लाइन इधर मिले उधर मिले. That's how they're earning their bread, and if this puts them to bed at peace, so be it.
So you're very clear that you're not unbiased in your reportage at all.
Yeah, obviously, that's what I was saying.
Okay. You're not biased. I mean, you are unbiased. Sorry. And you know, there was this very famous anchor. I don't want to take names, but he said that, you know, I will take sides. I have no qualms about it. Do you think opinion formation should be left to the viewers?
I would not like to speak on any other journalist's opinion.
No.
I have told you my opinion. I have told you my opinion. Our work is to put both sides forth, and anything short of that is not good.
Okay. And there's another thing. Nowadays, social media has become a boon as well as a bane for news channels. On one hand, the news travels really fast, and on the other hand, if you're trolled, it's brutal. So I want to understand from you, where do you really draw that line as a responsible journalist between what is eye-grabbing, which is important to get attention, and what should I not do which can hurt sentiments? What is your Lakshman Rekha literally?
So my Lakshman Rekha, I actually don't think about it. I mean, I'm me, and people who know me or follow me, they know that I will talk in a certain way. I will ask questions of all people, and trolling is something that I think comes with the package. I'm just joining this with my previous answer, that you have people, teams who are sitting there, and make no mistake, they are not common people. They are people who are associated with various political parties. They're social media teams. When I go on ground and I see the kind of love and affection people have, it's like if I actually believe what's happening on social media, I'm going to be scared of even stepping out of office. I mean, the kind of language they use against you on social media, trying to threaten women journalists, you know, from saying things like, we'll stab you with a broken bottle, to doing this or that. They physically threaten you. But if I believe those people, then I will not step out of office. But I know that social media is just on a plate of food. It's just a little thing, a little achar somewhere. Our job is TV. I'm working for Aaj Tak, and this camera that I'm facing every day is my job. So a lot of things will get distorted on social media. And I keep saying this to people also when I meet youngsters, that social media is you have to choose your sources of information. You have to choose credible sources of information, whether it be all social media platforms, digital platforms, your phone. Be very, very careful what you're receiving on WhatsApp and how much you want to believe that. Please just listen to sources which are credible. I mean, and you know who are those credible sources of big media houses. Yeah.
No, I'd like to specifically talk about this one example which is very fresh in my mind. During the Jahangirpuri demolition, I think you rode in a bulldozer, which didn't really go down well with a lot of people. They called it insensitive. Interestingly, when the ratings came out, Aaj Tak's rating had skyrocketed in that period. So how do you really know, I mean, from your side as a journalist, what really is that mark for you, which you can't cross?
This is also a very interesting incident. What happened is that I was covering the demolitions, and while I was there, stone pelting happened on the police from one end. So I went there, and we were obviously doing lives from there because people were stone pelting. Then the main point where these places were held, you know, that main center, if you've been there, the bulldozer was going there, and I was just climbing there to do a PTC, a piece to camera. And when I sat there to do my PTC, the bulldozer started moving. So he said, "Ma'am, udhar side le ja rahe, aap wahan kar lena." So I said, okay. I was doing a PTC. I did not know that they will do live demolition. So my camera was there, our live view was there, our live in it, and we just went with them. And suddenly the demolition happened at all the sensitive places, which was there, and it went live on TV. So great, because when it was happening, we were there, and the others came later. But a lot of people took that differently, and a lot of people felt that that was insensitive. But I just wanted to put this on record that we were doing a PTC on that bulldozer for our night evening show, and that is when all this happened. So people were watching. Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to actually, but being in the thick of what is happening is what journalists are supposed to do. And that information or those first visuals came in because we were there, so people could know what was happening. But then, yeah, again, it's a thin line, and we're always treading on very dangerous ground. We have to be very, very careful, and that is why every word that I say, I weigh in my mind. So at least every word that I was saying, people could not point out anything wrong in that. They were just very, very outraged that I was on that bulldozer. And the moment it reached there, I immediately got down. I immediately got down because it was part of the government action that was happening, and I didn't want to be part of it. So we instantly got off. But where I was mattered more than what I was saying, is the sad part of it.
Now, coming back to innovations, Aaj Tak has created a lot of AI anchors, Sana, and then there were a host of regional anchors, and then there was one who was, I think, based on your avatar. It was your avatar, right? So tell me, does it bother you that Aaj Tak, apart from, of course, they're hiring anchors, but they're creating anchors? So what does the future really look like?
So this is very interesting, because as long as my own channel is doing it, it's not a problem, because they use my AI version for my studio reports right now when I'm here. But I see a lot of fake ones, fake AIs coming who are selling jodon ka dard ki dawa and diabetes ki dawa with my AI version. So that is the real menace, and that's the real threat. as far as it's our channel, I mean, obviously we are not threatened because we know they are a certain person. In fact, I was saying कि आपने एक सना लाया तो एक मेरे लिए भी ले आइए जो मेरे 100 खबरें पढ़ते हैं. So it was like, because it takes in a lot of effort every day. So that's how the joke runs within the organization. It's all good.
Okay. And one last question: what are the new innovations that we can see from Aaj Tak and Anjana Om Kashyap?
You have to wait for it. We can't tell you in beforehand because there are so many people waiting to ape us. You won't believe the guy from whom we hired this chopper. He called us and told us that the date this was launched, he got calls from almost every channel saying हमें एक चॉपर दे दो. अच्छा इतने दिन के लिए नहीं दे सकते because इतनी प्लानिंग उनके बस की नहीं थी कि 100 दिन 100 जगह का करें. So they were just telling him कि आप एक दिन के लिए हमें दे दो, हम एक दिन में कुछ कर लेंगे. So that's how we have people waiting from all sides to ape us. So we're not letting the cats out of the bag.
Fabulous. May you continue the momentum. Thank you so much, Anjana, for speaking to us, and yeah, all the best for your election coverage.
Thank you so much.